BigCucumberCutter7 is also known as a sage. If any players, any viewers in the chat are like, oh yeah, I know that guy. But yeah, also been improving super fast. So I mean, we just got upcoming players versus upcoming players in all of our sets right now, and we are getting started, Flambo.
Okay, on the Western Air Temple, no less. And you are right, Ra1n locking in with a level 100 Val. So clearly has put the hours in, has the chops, has the tenure, is here to try to put BigCucumberCutter7 to shame. But Big Cuke, we'll see what the Satori has to say about it. Level 71, I believe, so clearly no stranger to playing this legend either.
Controlling the air with these gauntlets, trying to look for any options here. BigCucumberCutter is going to be able to pick up that sword. And I see now why they say his sword neutral is super strong. He's finding hits left and right. Ra1n is having a really hard time at breaking his neutral bubble. Ground pound almost hitting BigCucumberCutter, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, first it's gonna be Big Cuke getting that first stock. But Ra1n trying to answer back here, gets that unarmed Enlight, looking to close out the stock, throws out the Val and Sig. It doesn't connect, but here could be a conversion, and I love the extra juice there. Saw the dodge, said, why go for D-Light recovery? I can get their recovery now because you don't have that dodge in your arsenal.
Able to get that 3-piece to close out the stock. Cucumber now on the spear. Last game around, we had a very even beginning of the stock, but at this point, you know, a full stock is already passed. This is kind of where you get to see who has been able to make the adjustments the fastest. Kind of looks like it's still quite even. Ra1n winning a lot more than neutral interactions, but Cucumber is able to bounce back from a lot of them.
Yeah, and I feel like these platforms have been making it trickier for BigCucumberCutter to really find a way to hit Ra1n. Generally, you know, a gauntlet player whiffs a sidelight, you're trying to get that D-Light as a spear player, but it's been a lot more awkward because of these platform heights, trying to figure out where Ra1n's going to end up. Oh, nice
Super
dodge.
good position there. Yeah, super good position there, but a good position won't matter much if you're absolutely insane at getting back onto stage. Very cleanly played, but Ra1n is still going to be able to get that stock off. It just had a slight delay. And you know, that is a good feeling if you're Ra1n, right? You kind of messed up on the edge guard, but you're still able to take out that stock without taking basically any extra damage.
Okay. Let's see, recovery 2. Do we see 3 from Big Cuke? We're not going to see it quite yet, but a side sig will seal the deal. Great movement to get tricky and hit Ra1n on that end. And now we have a final stock game. Both players here looking to make that first lead for themselves in the set, but Big Cucumber is kind of trailing behind a little bit in damage. We see those dash lands onto the platform, onto the base platform, to a dash jump to really get tricky with the openings. Keeps dash landing onto these platforms to try to get tricky on Ra1n. Can Ra1n stop him here?
Ground pound comes out, but Ra1n is able to get back on pretty safely. And this is the aerial gameplay. This is the aerial gameplay that's been tripping Ra1n up so much. As soon as Cucumber takes up some of that neutral momentum, he just keeps going. Ra1n, you were looking so solid at the beginning of the stock. He finds that Seer. Is that enough to tip the tides of the battle? Gets thrown off stage.
Recovery's not quite enough, and Ra1n is disarmed. Against the Enlight, that should give an opportunity for a weapon to spawn if he wants to get it. Has the gauntlets, has to go for a D-Light recovery. If you want to get the stock, a Cider might be enough with an edge guard. The weapon throw forces the dodge, but he needs to find the hit. That sidelight might be enough. It's not quite, and Ra1n almost gets the retaliation with the recovery. Ra1n gets caught on the jump toward the weapon by the end.
No way! No way! Bro, Cucumber. Big Cucumber just robbed that stock off of Ra1n, completely dodging all of the options, throwing out a single neutral signature. It was all that was needed, man. And that is game 1 going over to Cucumber. I don't know. I am speechless, Flambo.
Okay. Big Cucumber. Not number 5, not number 6, number 7. 7 iterations of this. This is the newest iPhone on the market. Here to rock with y'all. Brandon, we'll see just how well Big Cucumber is able to hold on as Ra1n, I'm sure, is not going to make it easy, especially after narrowly losing that previous game. He's going to try a little bit harder here to make sure that he can go ahead and put one for himself back on the board. But Big Cuke almost stopping it right there, kind of threw that stock away. That's going to be a ground pound. Ra1n should be able to get the reversal. He's going to go to the other side, dodge up, and it looks like Big Cuke is good.
Clean, very good option there. Ra1n able to get that sword stare in. I want to say very quickly, I called these players upcoming. Just to put this into perspective, this game is for top 8. None of these players have placed top 32 ever in the history before this.
What is happening on in the history of Brawlhalla?
Whoever wins this, their first top 32 will be their first top 8.
Wow. Okay. And for Ra1n, you got to make it pour, bro. When it rains, it pours. That's what it's supposed to be. You got to make sure you get them buckets, because right now, Big Cuke looks like he's pretty poised to get the first stock. The unarmed recovery doesn't have enough juice on it. Needs one more, goes for a gravity cancel, and Ra1n finally manages to get an N-Sig to connect as a punish to that gravity cancel. He's been throwing out those N-Sigs all set so far, but I believe that to be the first, if not one of the first, to actually connect.
The electric recovery coming out, able to close out that stock quickly. Super, super important to be able to bring this back to an even situation. Ra1n was looking a little bit dangerous last game around whenever he was able to sustain those leads that he got. Nice weapon starve. Swapping over to that spear. Ra1n's unarmed is solid, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Is this guy really in disadvantage when he's not holding a weapon?
I mean, we were even talking about this yesterday, how the evolution of the unarmed game really matters now in Brawlhalla. Before, you could get away with not having great unarmed and just kind of running away and trying to grab the weapons, but now people have learned to turn what should feel like a disadvantage into an advantage. Sometimes people choose to play unarmed just because they feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is to throw your weapon away, throw out a quick breakdance to get that knockout, right? But Ra1n is able to pick up a weapon at last. He has these gauntlets now. Cucumber trying to find the edge guard, and yet again, both of these players, their edge guarding is good, it's fine, but both of the players are so slippery at getting back up.
Uh-oh. Great dodge on the weapon throw there. Big Cucumber keeps going for these gravity cancels and getting punished for it. Trying to do it a little bit above the ground to cover more space, but nice try. Do we have a reversal from Ra1n? A well-timed dodge saves Big Cuke, but not from this one. It's going to be a D-Light Sayer, and Ra1n manages to secure the lead here as we head into the final stock of Big Cucumber number 7.
Ra1n still clinging onto those gauntlets. He's able to pick up that Nair GC end lights. Building up just a little bit of damage. Is Cucumber going to be able to take this stock down already? No, he's not. He takes another end light to the face, and that's still not enough. He's going to need one more good hit.
Ooh, dodges the recovery. Tries to go for the N-Sig again. Another gravity cancel, and
That's
wow,
so
huge
much damage. Going for the ground pound combo to get even more damage. Cucumber finally able to get that stock off, but you're in orange now.
Yeah, Ra1n definitely feeling pretty good here. Gets a D-like ground pound as well. Great damage, pushing Big Cucumber Cutter into the red. And Val has a pretty good amount of defense on her as well. So throw that, force to dodge. You can go for a ground pound or something. Try to go for the D-light. It's not going to work. Great recovery from Big Cucumber. Ooh.
You see Syla coming out, nice signature. Picking up some momentum here, gets the combo, gets that recovery that kind of looked like a read. Going over to the spear, but the D-Light GC Sig, it's so close, but it's still not enough. Sword Sayer throws him so far away. This should be a knockout, but he's too scared to commit. He's able to pick it up anyway. It's all fine. He's going to be able to even out the set anyway to 1-1.
Okay. So Ra1n able to kind of do what was needed there. There was a moment that we both witnessed on that final stock where BigCucumberCutter7 really started putting on the pressure. You could feel the momentum. Ra1n was weapon starved for a while. That last stock ended up being closer than I think most people watching would think it should have been based on how much of a lead Ra1n was able to get going into it. But when that D-Light gravity cancel unarmed N-Sig didn't KO, I was starting to get a little bit scared for Ra1n. I was like, I don't know if you're going to find another opportunity. But luckily, he was able to find that D-Light off the corner and close that one out.
Right, and we are going to be getting into our next game, which this time around is going to be on Miami Dome. Have we had the same map twice in any of these games? Did we get a Demon Island on our first game? sure.
I don't think so, because what we had Western Air Temple.
Yeah. It's a
Right.
different map every single time. These guys, they like changing that scenery.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Okay.
so unfortunate. That one attack just enough to push him away far enough to where he had no options. That is such a strong beginning from Ra1n.
oh, Ra1n's cooking.
Oh, dude, he's kind of taking over. He's kind of taking over this
Ra1n's
base. He's starting
cooking.
to dominate. He finds the read, goes off stage. He's getting into some kind of flow state right now.
Yeah, he can feel it. He's heading into the zone. And Big Cucumber doesn't really know what to do about it. Ra1n, another side air, going for these edge guards. Gets hit by the poke of the reversal. And that's just going to be it, maybe? The ground pound to seal the deal. He didn't get KO'd from it. It wasn't enough juice. And now Ra1n's turning it around. A ground pound of his own. And that one has the oomph to seal the deal. Ra1n making the best out of a bad situation. Big Cucumber, honestly, well played. Tried to swing it, just couldn't make it happen.
Dude, that was good, but Ra1n, he didn't lose composure. He stayed so calm, doing the best options, even though you're in what seemed like a really, really bad situation, able to squeeze out any kind of extra damage. Even when you're at your bottom, tries to look for an opportunity to completely reverse the situation, able to do so successfully too. And now he's in a full stock lead here.
All right, let's see. Ra1n so poised to go ahead and win this game. We'll see if Big Cucumber has the ability to make those turnarounds happen. Once again, waking up with the gravity cancel. That is not what you want to do. Super risky when you're behind, but still manages to find the stock. No, not quite. Couldn't get the gravity cancel. D-like to the ground pound. Manages to weave his way around. Doesn't get the jump input on the ground pound and just falls all the way down to his demise. Ra1n taking that one for charity, I guess. Yeah, you know, he got one
All
for
right.
free there.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch that last stock. That was a little bit interesting. We're gonna have to try and decipher what happened there. All right, so I believe this should be it, right? Oh no, sorry, it's even later. It's here. Weapon throw comes out. D-lights. Weapon throw.
Just doesn't get the jump input.
That was a touch. He should have had all options. Unless that wasn't a touch for whatever reason, then he should have been able to recover back up. Either way, I mean, it happens to everyone. It happens to the best
Yeah, I
of us.
feel you. No, even then, right? Like even if you
That's,
missed the ground pound, he should have had a recovery in at least 2 jumps. So
That's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But we're not waiting. We're not waiting at all. Flambo, I know you're excited. Tell us, why are you excited?
as we got Jae-yoon, the king, the BCX champion legend, out here in full effect. That means we got the greatest of swords up against Ra1n's Val, and so far we're seeing if Big Cube can piece him up. I mean, when he was called Big Cucumber Cutter, I figured you would need a larger sword than the one he was using. So makes sense.
Yeah. I think this is what he cuts his cucumbers with. We're gonna have to see what it's worth as Ra1n. I think that might be one of the first signatures that we've seen Ra1n use all the game. It's going to be that sword side signature connecting as well, and light coming out. And man, every single first stock, it's always so strong from Ra1n.
Yeah, this one's tough. Oh, that's going to be a D-light into the side air, forcing Big Cucumber into the corner. Has to get back onto the stage, manages to chop with the regular sword there, but then jumps up right above the area where Ra1n's going to gravity cancel D-light, and then fast falls into it and ends up losing the stock for it. So Big Cucumber definitely falling behind a little bit here. Needs to throw out those side lights, going for end lights a lot more often, but that side light comes out 2 frames quicker, and it's going to give you those 50-50s. Was too slow on that end light that we saw thrown out there. Just a little bit not refined enough on some of these punishes right now. I think a little bit nervous. This greatsword might not quite be warmed up.
Ra1n not only able to get out of those starters coming out from the greatsword. Each time he does so, he finds the appropriate punish as well. And I mean, if that doesn't scream confidence, I don't know what does, Flambo. Ra1n has completely taken control over this game so far. And I don't know what BigCucumberCutter7 can do to retake it. Throws out, gets an amazing gauntlets string as well, damaging him further and further.
Yeah, this one's starting to look a little bit tough. You can see Big Cucumber going for these huge reads. I get it. You want to bring yourself back into the game. You have to go for these monumental reads. And are we going to keep the greatsword? The answer is yes, but you have to cook. You can bring this back if you cook, but you have to get these reads. You have to get those dodges. You have to win those neutral exchanges, hit those side lights, and force something out. Like right there, you got the side light, but doesn't go for the 50-50 with the end light. You can either do it in front or behind to catch that dodge up. Didn't go for it.
Ra1n Throwing out D-lights left and right now, trying to confirm this stock. D-light recovery, it isn't enough just yet. That's why he sticks to the sword. He also has those true combos, but it's not needed. Throwing out that side signature, and that is going to be game, Flambo. 3-0 Ra1n for his first top 32, which is also his first top 8, going in 3-0 fashion. What a player.
Yeah, no, Ra1n definitely showing